At least he's...
Why didn't he sing My Way? That's my song.
That is your song, is it?
My
Way?
wife doesn't like it.
Oh,
You know why?
your wife doesn't like My Way?
Nah.
Why?
It starts off, the end is near. Is that? But
Evelyn?
it ends pretty good.
Evelyn, here's Evelyn's card, by the way.
Do I get
I joke.
This
Well, you're
is
lucky.
nice. Why are you doing this? It's my birthday on Flag Day. 2 days. You think I'm not going to make it?
Next Tuesday is your birthday.
Flag Day.
Is it Flag Day?
Yeah.
I had no
June
idea.
14. You don't know what June 14? You'll know after I do my big operation on June 14.
Uh-oh. Big operation. Now what?
I can't tell you. Has to do with flag. By the way, Donald Trump, who I know very well, his birthday is June 14.
Well, there you go. And but you're a lot younger than Donald. I don't know if you know, Joe is 52. And by the way, I like that song, and I stopped them. They were going to sing that old Bob Marley song, I Shot the Sheriff, and I said no. No, because you always have security. But
What are you drinking, Crown Crescent beer or
yeah,
something?
exactly. Is this a great, now you've been here before. You were here a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Crown Crescent, great organization.
Yeah, they're the best. They got a
Yeah,
million
we-
cases of beer over there.
Oh, where's the beer? I can't smell it.
Well, there's a wall. Joe, it's 8:05. Come on, we got to wait till 9. Well, it's good to have you on here.
Hold on 1 minute, Mark.
Uh-oh, yeah, go.
We've known each other, how many years? We were nothing when we knew each other.
Well, that was
Probably
last
still
week
are.
for me.
He
We
was
used
my
to be
neighbor.
neighbors.
Yeah.
And then you moved to Fountain Hills, and I moved to Carefree because we got thrown out of our neighborhood. I don't know. Parties this guy used to have, woo! No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we were neighbors, and that was back in the early 90s. Yeah.
Because my wife and I, when I retired as head of the federal drug enforcement here, I joined my wife in business. So I worked for my wife and travel
all do,
business.
Joe.
Of course, I never got a free ticket. That's why I ran for sheriff, you know how that worked. But can I say one thing?
It's your show. I'm just hanging.
I'm not buttering up to all these people, but I love small business. That's what makes this country great. And
It is.
and I also, my wife has a few buildings too, so I know about small business. Actually, our business is still around. 1980s, same corner, same place. Of course, my son runs it, lost a lot of employees, but if you work hard, and we worked hard, you make money, and I hope you all make money. Take the Brinks truck. Brinks still around?
I think so.
Take the Brinks truck, load up their millions, and then people are gonna look at you and hate you. Look at, they got all this money. Well, you worked for it.
That's right.
So that's my philosophy.
I had an event a couple of weeks ago, and I can't fit into a tux that I bought years ago for some reason. And I had to go rent a tux in Scottsdale. And as I was talking to the owner there, I said, "Hey, who owns this building?" And he said, "Sheriff Joe Arpaio." So I know you're a landlord.
Get a discount?
I mentioned that we were friends, and he charged me $10 more.
So I hope he paid my rent.
You know, he's been there forever, and you've owned the building ever since he's been there. So, well, good for you. So, what's going on? How's crime fighting in Maricopa County?
Crime fighting?
Well,
I'm fighting.
you're a superhero.
I'm fighting not just crime. I'm fighting everybody from Washington, judges.
Well, you've
I'm
got
in a lot of battles around
You've got
here.
a little soapbox here and you've got people on.
Who are all these cameras? 3 of them for you or for me? What are they? You got 3 cameras for one?
That's because you're here. Every other month, it's just 2 guys with an iPhone. So we bring out all the heavy hitters when Joe's here. So you've got an audience. Tell us what's going on. And now I know you're up for re-election.
7th time.
7th time, yeah. And you're 6 for 6.
Well, I'm not a fake sheriff. I think I won in the last 6 times.
That's what I mean. So you've got a winning streak. So how do you keep that going?
It's work hard, get to the people. I report to the 4 million people in this county. Wow. I mean, we got a few extra floating around. Snowbirds.
Yeah. Snowbirds.
Remember, I said snowbirds. So it's a great job. You know, I joined the Army when the Korean War broke out, and I was 18, so you can say, geez, 1950, 18. I wonder how old this guy is. So I'm going to give you my age, okay? Who's this funeral guy?
Yeah, well,
she's probably already going to be sending me.
yeah.
So I'll be 84 in 3 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
So when they want to go after me, senior citizen, he's too old, I can still shoot straight, and I'll outgun anybody.
Hey, I never said it. Let the record show. I never said that.
I'll tell you, in this audience, I never give my age. Now in Sun City, I brag about it, you know.
You're a whippersnapper in Sun City. That's good for you. Well, and you mentioned the Korean War, and you've got quite a background, you didn't just all of a sudden jump into the spotlight as the sheriff of Maricopa County. No. Tell us about
That's my biggest problem. People think I dropped out of the sky to be the sheriff. Well, I ran for sheriff when I was 60, and 24 years. That makes me 84. But I always worked hard. My father had a Italian grocery store, Springfield, Mass. They came from Italy, my mother and father. Unfortunately, I don't talk about it, but getting my age now, I think when you get a little older, you think of your past. And I'm kind of a personal guy, private, believe it or not. But unfortunately, and that's coming up, and I have to think of my mother because she said if she did not have an abortion, she would die, so she refused the abortion. So really, she gave her life for me. Wow. So I bounced around Italian family, helped my father deliver groceries. He owned these Italian grocery store. And then I joined the Army, and I was a cop in D.C., walked a tough black beat for 4 years, and then went to Vegas, locked up Elvis when I was there, and that was my name to fame.
Wait. We're not going to just gloss over that.
Why?
You locked up Elvis?
Well, it's a technical point. Legally, I guess I locked him up. He was going 100 miles an hour with his little motorcycle. I just found out it's a Harley. I'm a big Harley guy, with a beautiful blonde on the back. Of course, I was looking at the blonde and didn't know who this guy was. So I took him down. Oh, I'm Elvis Presley. He was making the Hawaii movies, 1957. So he conned me out of giving him a ticket, and I gave him a pass. He said his foot got stuck, so I took him next door to the police shop to fix his whatever. So that was it. But then I became a federal narcotic agent, so I had 3 jobs within a year, 3 law enforcement jobs. In Chicago, I got sworn in, so I did a lot of undercover work, like doing that. Then they sent me to Turkey, the Middle East. One guy, me, to clean up the dope peddlers up in the boondocks of my 38. They were so cheap, they wouldn't even give me a bigger gun. That was the government. And then I moved around. I was a regional director in Mexico City for 4 years. I had offices in Panama, Argentina. I was also head of the DEA in Texas, at that border, head of DEA in Arizona, that border, and now sheriff. We're only 30 miles from the border, so I got a little experience at the Mexican-U.S. border. Now, I'm trying to get to meet the Mexican president. Everybody, don't ever go there. You're too well known. I don't care. I'm probably safer in Mexico than in Scottsdale. So you know, I'm the sheriff. Great job because I'm elected. So I report to the people. I don't have to report to any president or governor. I report to the people. I take that very serious. So sometimes I do controversial things. You know, you run at 60. You think I want to be sure to take a Chrysler home at night? No, I ran to do something different. And I think I proved that. I didn't know I was going to be more of a celebrity than you are. So.
Well, we're out of time. Wow. Really? I was trying to be so nice, and boom.
So we do things different. I love my tent city. I put that up on August 2nd, 1993. Wow. Still there.
Wow.
I've had 4 presidential candidates visit me in the tents. 4. Why would you stand next to me? You remember Bob Dole? You guys don't remember.
Yeah, sure.
McCain, Governor Wilson, California, Phil Graham of Texas. They all came, not at the same time. Of course, they all lost. I'm trying to get Hillary to. I had Jane, was it Bernie's wife? She came to the tents.
Now, are you trying to get Hillary there to visit or to be an inmate? I'm just trying to get that out there.
Well, actually, I slept in the tents twice, voluntarily, just to say if I can do it. Right. I mean, she can stay a night. I won't even charge her for it. So, trying to get the president. He flies over the tents.
That's funny.
And Hillary, she blasted me on national TV, and the other guy, Bernie, too. They're reading the teleprompter. They can't even pronounce my name right. That what's burned me up. Arpaio, so bad, Arpaio. It's Arpaio, it's not Arpaio. Everybody knows how to pronounce my name. So they're looking at some teleprompter. They probably don't even know who I am. Well,
they lost your vote by doing that, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, you know, we joke about it, but, you know, I think what's cool is every now and then you'll see when the camera crews go in there and they get guys that say, you know what, he's straightened my life out a little bit. That you teach people.
Quite often.
Yeah, you teach people a lesson. I've actually seen Joe at fundraisers, and we've had past residents of Tent City get up and speak as a testimonial and say, you know what, I was drifting along and being a bad member of society, and that was a little wake-up call, and they've turned their life around. So, you know, there's that side too, and that doesn't ever seem to make the
you know,
the
I
news.
go fundraisers not for me, for good cause. I do that all the time. In fact, I just saw Ollie at the fight night last month. But you know, you have dinner at the Hilton. Somebody's from the Hilton here, so the waitress will come up to me. Oh, Sheriff, I just got out of your tents. I said, this is great. You got a great job. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Then, of course, I tell them don't spit in my food when they bring it back.
They don't spit. They just bring you a bologna sandwich.
Right. It's great. I have the parents call me Sheriff. Every day they come up to me, and even the people in jail, thank you. I straighten my life out. Because drugs, I spent 55 years fighting drugs around the world. And it's killing us. Heroin's coming back, which I predicted. So we have to do something about the drug traffic. Now, I get concerned about the businesses, your residences, because being in law enforcement, you always like to make the big seizure. You got tons of marijuana, the press conference. Then you got all these dope peddlers selling dope on the streets to our young people, small amounts, but so what? So I think we locked up 102 on a little operation. Small street dealers are selling the dope to kids and everywhere else and put them in jail. Of course, they don't stay in jail. They let them out. But you got to hit the drugs from the street level, too. They're the ones committing burglaries, shooting people. If you look at all the massive murders and all that, it's always, well, we used to use drugs, a drug addict, a drug. So we got to clean up this drug traffic. And I've been doing it all these years, and they're still coming across the border from Mexico. and that's a major source right now in Mexico. It used to be Turkey, the Middle East, Afghanistan, Marseille, France, and so on. So we got to get a handle on the drugs. We have great programs in jail for the drug rehabilitation, probably the best in the country. So at least we can do our part while they're in jail to try to educate them, rehabilitate them, so when they get out, they'll stay away from drugs and drink Crown beer.
I got a question here. It says, I've heard the inmates at Tent City ask for your autograph when you visit. Is this true? And if so, what do you think it says about the program?
Well, I don't know. I think I could pick up 50% of the vote in the jails. I got 8,500 people every day. Treat them okay. I mean, you know, a little tough. I took away all their meat, vegetarian. I had Pamela Anderson, remember her, Baywatch? She came in and helped me transition from meat to vegetarian.
Really?
So it's all vegetarian now. It's good for your health, your heart. So took away the meat. So what? You don't like vegetarian?
No, I think that's, hey, it's not supposed to be a country club, right? Isn't that kind of the idea? If you want to be able to eat what you want, then don't do the crime and stay out of Tent City, right?
Yeah, I love Mark, you're pretty good guy. You ought to join my posse.
I'm not as stupid as I look, but then how could I be? I know one of the causes that you're super passionate about is animal abuse. I know you do a lot of things for your MASH unit and things like that. Tell the story about how that all came, where the animals were staying outside and the inmates were inside and they caused a...
Where's Ahwatukee? Isn't that around here somewhere? Anybody from Ahwatukee? Anyway, I remember years ago they were killing cats, drinking their blood. So they had a meeting, 500 people, and that's in Phoenix, but you know, I'm still the sheriff. I can go anywhere in this county. So I just went there. I heard that. They were angry. I said, wait a minute. I'm going to take this thing. I'll find out who's drinking cat blood. And we did. But then I said, you know, this is serious stuff. I'm going to start an animal cruelty unit. So I have 6 investigators, which is tough because I got to solve murders and everything else, but that's important. At the same time, one of our jails, which is the only one that had air conditioning, I kicked out all the inmates, threw them in the tent so I could put the dogs in a nice cell block. So every dog has its own cell. I don't double bunk dogs. I double bunk inmates. So that's how it started. And I had one dog for 9 years behind bars. We don't euthanize.
He wouldn't leave. He
trying to get him out and adopted.
He was like Otis Campbell. He just let himself in and out every night.
So that's how it started. Mahatma Gandhi said you judge the morality of a country by the way you treat your animals. So we lock them up. Of course, they're out the back door. You know, nobody. And then the other thing, I don't want to talk about it. It's too early in the morning, and it's kind of R-rated. But bestiality, they had no law. I'm not going to say what started that in Mesa got me triggered on that, but there was no law. So we got a law passed, and people they come from Philadelphia because they like our horses. Don't they have horses in Pennsylvania? They have to come all the way here to make love to a horse. And then, so we locked up 11. Well, that's
got a song for that over there, guy?
So, you're the comedian. How do you say it? I was a little diplomatic about it. People love their horses. Why are you laughing at it?
Yeah. I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. That's how that whole song started. Wow. We got to start doing a pre-show conference. Nowhere in my notes did it say anything about bring up the horse thing.
Well, it's dogs too.
Yeah, all right, I know. I make one mistake and you won't let me leave it alone. That was years ago. Well, that's cool. Well, I know, when is the election?
Which one? I got two.
Well, okay, well, when are they?
I think the primary is August 30.
Okay.
And then the general probably November.
Yeah.
So this is my 7th time. And you got to take it serious. I do. My wife is a little sick. We've been married 59 years.
Wow.
So I got that to, I got that to contend with. I got courts, federal judges. I got everything zeroing in on me. But you know what? I got the Italian blood, and I drink the olive oil, and that keeps me going. So
well, that's great. Well, I know that.
I think I'm not going to be. I'll tell you who this. I don't like this funeral.
No, no, here.
Who's this?
It's
Who is
Evelyn.
she? That's you?
She's the last one to let you down. But here's the deal. I didn't want to give that to you. I didn't mean that in a bad way.
Jeez,
if I was a
guy
betting
gives me a
man,
funeral thing.
if I was a betting man, you're going to be 84. You got another. I'm 40 years.
Well, I'm thinking usually when I run and win, then I have my fun in front of all the media because they all want me out. But then I sign up for another 4, which I did last time. So I'll be signing up for another 4, and I'll be, what, 88 or something? You know, Ironside, you don't know who he is. He used to be the guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'll just get one of those.
Yeah, get a hover around.
Maybe Chrysler. I can get one from Chrysler discount. You know, one of those.
We got a thumbs up from Kevin over there.
So, in my
You'd be
50
rolling around on your
caliber,
20s.
I do have a 50 caliber machine gun. The only law enforcement has that, so I'll just put that machine gun on that thing and keep moving.
Well, now you've scared me. Well, I'll tell you what. I know that everybody, for one thing, the media, they think they want to get rid of you, but who would they talk about?
I love the media.
Yeah. Who would
Because they
talk about?
blast me all. My polls go up every time they blast me, which is every hour on the hour. You know, I'm like Trump. Oop, I shouldn't talk politics.
Well, you mentioned Hillary earlier, so now you mentioned
No, I'm
Trump.
not for Hillary.
No, I know. But we've
She's
mentioned
all right.
both names now.
She's all right, but you know, she's trying to do the best she can.
Yeah, well, that's
Everybody
great.
is.
Well, we thank you so much for, I know you're a busy man and you got a lot of stuff going on. And maybe hey guys, can you sing Happy Birthday?
Oh.
Let's do a little 4-day.
Sing My Way. And now the end is near.
As a little send-off to you, as you're walking away, we thank you. Oh, by the way, I got to give you something. What do you have a driver today, or did you drive down here?
That's my business.
That's your business? I'm going to be checking my rearview mirror on the way home.
What do you got
From
for
our
me?
good friends at Cobblestone Auto Spa, they're all over the valley. Here's a $100 detail gift card. So you get your car
Hold
tricked
on
out.
a minute.
Yeah.
I was just there yesterday.
Well, that's not retroactive. You're not going to get your money back.
No, we gave $25,000 to the cop that
That's
was
right.
killed.
Cobblestone. Is
And
Joey
they helped
McMorris
a
here
lot.
today? Joey from Cobblestone. I saw that on Facebook. Cobblestone Auto Spa, who's
They
a
helped
great
us out.
member here, and Sheriff Joe. They had a $25,000 check to
To the family.
Officer Glasser.
Yeah.
And
So we
yeah.
do that. See, nobody ever talks about it. That's my memorial fund under the sheriff. We've given $1 million to cops, deputies shot. You know, you hear about the 100 Club. I'm not saying nothing about that, but this is clear money. No overhead, no nothing. Every penny goes to the family. So I'm what is this? Gift card?
$100 gift card to Cobblestone.
Give it to auction it off.
Oh, there you go. Well, we'll give it to somebody. How's that? But ladies and gentlemen, it's always when you look around, you see there's a lot of people here. We'd love to have this many people every month at Mason Morning Live. But we know that when we have Sheriff Joe in here, there's going to be a lot of people because they love you. The numbers reflect that. I know you get a little bit of bad press every now and then. But keep up the good work and keep the people and the small business people and all the residents of Mesa and the whole valley. Keep us as safe as you can. All right, Sheriff?
Thank you.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Thank you, sir. Thank you, buddy.